The year is 1993. A video game console called the SNES is in its prime. The sequel to the NES, games like Super Mario World and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past have become cultural icons. But its older brother, the NES, still had one last hurrah left in it, and that was a tiny little game called Color a Dinosaur. So what is Color a Dinosaur? Well, it's a game where you color dinosaurs. You can choose from different colors. Oh, I've been coloring with red this whole time. Boom, blue. It takes a while. If you're a real gamer, you'll know that you can press select and do some real crazy stuff. And just look at this wonderful cast of characters. You got this dude, this dude, this dude, and yeah, that's Color a Dinosaur. Nothing else to it. But I think the more important question to ask is, why is Color a Dinosaur? Why did the game release on the NES when the SNES had been out for 3 years? This game came out after Mario Paint. Why is the game unable to change the color of a foot in less than 5 seconds, but it can do this? And why do I care? Let's find out. It all starts with this guy, Jay Obernault. Today, he's a member of the US House of Representatives, but in 1991, he was the owner of a small video game company called Farsight Technologies. The studio had about 25 employees, but Jay worked on Color a Dinosaur mostly by himself. In fact, he didn't even develop it in the studio. He did it at home, in his garage. Nobody in the studio even knew anything about it. Kind of implies that this was like a passion project of sorts. And don't get me wrong, I see a lot in this game, much of it positive, but I do not see passion. Eventually, the game was pretty much ready for release, but it was missing one thing: audio. So he approached Tommy Talisario, who had made music for some other Farsight games, and commissioned for Tommy to create the music and sound effects for Color a Dinosaur. He also gave him a deadline. Tommy had exactly 1 day to finish the audio. This was because the game was scheduled to be pitched to Nintendo the very next day, and I can only imagine what that pitch looked like. The game's really good. You can call the dinosaur, and there's different colors and stuff. You will put this game on the NES. Regardless of what persuasion tactics were used, the game found its way to shelves. And somehow, critics didn't like it. These sheep don't understand the greatness that is Color a Dinosaur. You call this dinosaur uncool? The worst of it came when Nintendo Power celebrated its 100th volume by publicly disgracing the game, listing it as the 9th worst Nintendo game ever. So how did I come to find this game? It all started in August 2021, a much simpler time, where I would stay up until 4 a.m. playing Tetris and watching Lemon videos, and waking up at 7 a.m. to do basically the same thing. I also got really into speedrunning, as in I would watch videos about speedrunning. There were no games that I really wanted to run. I mean, I liked Mario speedrunning, but there was no way I was going to learn all the tricks in that game. But one day, I was determined. I was going to find the perfect speedrun for me. I wanted something really stupid that could also be ridiculously optimized. And one game caught my eye. I clicked on the world record at the time, 8 minutes and 22 seconds by Hakamoto, and I was enthralled. The absolute stupidity, yet outstanding potential for optimization hooked me. I instantly downloaded the ROM. I bought a copy off of eBay. I began running. The main category of Color a Dinosaur speedrunning is the All Dinos category. where you must completely color in all dinosaurs. There aren't really any tricks other than slightly optimizing menu navigation, so your best bet is just to spam really fast. The dinosaur is split into sections and you cycle through them by pressing right and color by pressing A. This will be on the midterm, so you're best off just mashing these two buttons. And so began my journey to conquer Color a Dinosaur. I recorded my first time on August 23rd, 9 minutes and 4 seconds. Could have been a lot better, but a good start. 2 days later, I got an 8:33, much closer to greatness. There was no major difference between my first two runs, so I can only assume it was just hundreds of micro time saves compounding. After struggling to save time for around a week, it suddenly happened. Eight minutes and 17 seconds. A world record. I didn't really know how, but I had just become the king of Color a Dinosaur speedrunning, and I was content. I stopped running the game, summer ended, until May 15th, 2022. 8 minutes and 12 seconds. And this run was not good. Like, I made so many mistakes, but that just meant I knew I could do better. And the very next day, that's exactly what happened. And that's where my record stands today. I don't plan on trying to improve this anytime soon, but it's a cool thing to look back on. You need to play it. Suck it up and color a dinosaur like a real man. Amen.